Okay, let's see. Is this working? Testing. I think we're live. Yes, okay. So I just had to set up a few things. Let's see. Okay, this is better. Well, better or not, that's for you to decide. Right, so it finally arrived. Oh my god, the hype is real. Yeah, so I gotta decide what I want to do. But I think I'm going to start. Oh my god. That's so flimsy. Jesus Christ. I'm scared now. We are live indeed. Hey Flixer, how's it going? There's a lot of people here. 140 across all the platforms. What are you doing, guys?
Hey, I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
Wait, is that... Oh, that's a Twitch subscription, right? Thanks a lot, Taria, for resubscribing. Thank you, thank you. How's it going, everyone?
I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
Faces and bases, thanks a lot for the subscription. Thank you, thank you. So I waited exactly 20 days for this, and now it finally arrived. I think we're a bit dark here, but it's even darker. Yes, and it finally arrived, and I'm really happy I did. Yeah, it did end up here. So yeah, the whole thing taking a while, I guess. Seeing everything kind of makes up for it. The thing is, those miniatures, they are super tiny. Everything is super flimsy for a board game. Wow. Yeah. So they don't even have any connecting parts in some of these because they're so thin, even though they have them set up. Jesus Christ. Anyway, why did my music stop? Let's see. Ugh. Oh yeah, you need to let me know if the music is too loud. Right, sorry, it's taking me a while to... Wait, what? Jesus Christ, stop subscribing, guys. Thanks a lot to the voice ID. Gonna try real conversion. No, I'm just going to assemble. So what I planned for today is I'm just going to assemble most of the skeletons, and maybe the zombies. Or in any case, I want to do most of the skeletons and some of the zombies to be able to start videos. And I want to do yeah, I want to do a video about how to paint the zombies and the skeletons. Actually, 2 videos. And yeah, kind of do them like the Blood Bowl videos, where I go for, how do you call it, like a tabletop plus kind of thing, and then what you can do to make them better if you wanted to, you know, so that you can have them on the table. Well, relatively quickly. Chemtrailer, thanks a lot for your subscription. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, sorry. Thank you, Grog Monster. My painting guides are awesome. Thank you. Give him support on Patreon, guys. More percent goes to him over there. Yeah, it's true. Also, I mean, obviously, I'm grateful for all subscriptions and stuff on Twitch. Nothing's mandatory, obviously. But yeah, the thing on Patreon, you do get some stuff back too, right? You get the videos and all that. And on Twitch, it's kind of like I can't really stream all that much, so it's only a now and then stream. Whoa, okay. So I need to set up the stuff properly. Sorry. I'm kind of new to streaming, as you know. Oh, hey, Squidmar. Start with the little demon guy. Which one is that? I want to do the bat. I definitely want to do her, or him, or whatever. Yeah, and the skeletons, obviously.
did you find me?
Yep. First 2 people you followed in this community. Yeah, back when I was streaming regularly on Twitch. Like 3 years ago, or even more by now. Right, so let's get this skeleton out without damaging too much.
How did you find me?
Totally expecting to lose a few bones here. Okay. It's always better to start with the more flimsy stuff. And have the ones that are more connected or have strong connections to do these last. That way you don't damage you know, the more flimsy stuff by bending it around. That guy looks kind of funny on his own. Debating with myself whether or not this was a good idea as a background. Lego Kid, thanks a lot for your subscription. Thank you. So yeah, if you're joining on Twitch, if you're subbing on Twitch, you can join the Discord server. Don't forget that. You just have to link up your Discord account and your Twitch account, and you do get access to all the secret channels on Discord. Don't forget that. How do you clean plastic before priming? I just do that whole thing where I just cut away the flash and extra connectivity parts.
How did you find me?
I just cut those off and then I scrape the mold lines. It's actually kind of interesting. There's not that many mold lines on these. Yeah, there's not that much to do, honestly. Yeah, so I just scrape off the mold lines, and whenever I feel like something is too rough, then I just use sandpaper. And yeah, sometimes my cleaning is overkill, but I just how to say, if you have any like rougher mold lines and stuff like that, what happens is it becomes a detail that you don't really want on there. So if you have like this part here and there's some residue, something's coming out here because you snipped it off too close and stuff like that, yeah, you get some detail here because if you use a wash then it collects down there, and yeah, I just hate that. I'm a bit of a control freak when it comes to painting. I just want the paint to do what I want to do and not the other way around. Stream again with subs. Yeah, it's the thing is the way my quote unquote business model works is I mainly do the Patreon videos and then I do YouTube content. I try to do as much YouTube content as possible for free. But obviously, I don't know, I have 70k subscribers. It's not like I'm a big YouTuber. So I kind of have to do the Patreon videos on this side so that I can make a living. And because of that, it's almost like 2 jobs, right? So regular streaming is not really possible. I mean, if ever YouTube would take off for me, then sure. But it's just not a thing. Yeah, I don't expect to be anywhere near the top YouTubers subscription levels anytime soon. Nice, love the Blood Bowl tabletop and tabletop plus tutorial. Would be sick for Cursed City. Have a good stream. Thank you, Remy, for the €5. Thank you, very kind. Thanks. Chat's moving fast today. Monka as we streaming. Hey Piper. I feel like I missed a lot of chat. Choo choo. Do we have like a sub train going on Twitch? Holy crap. You may not be the biggest YouTuber, but you're the best. Thank you, Lego Kid. Thank you. I mean the best discussion, or not discussion, but whoever is the best we don't really need to have it. It's like you can watch all of the YouTubers. You don't have to have a favorite one, right? That's the good thing about YouTube.
Hello, cutie pie.
Dial and Art. Oh my god, my font is so crappy for reading out names. Thanks a lot for the raid. Thank you. Have you tried making a gap filler out of plastic glue? Yeah. Oh, there we go. Yeah, thanks again, Remy. That voice is kind of fitting. Almost sounds like me. So, the plastic cement with plastic glue. Yeah, you can do. I think that's the whole thing where you add a bit of plastic to the bottle and then you have it dissolved by the plastic glue. Yeah, that's a good thing. Personally, I just, or a thing that works. I just, again, I like to have more control over what I do. So personally, I like the milliput for gap filling better. Yeah, so now you can see for those areas that are more flimsy, I use some very fine sandpaper to just go over it, and then it's usually fine. I think I used that song in one of the last videos. Leave a like. Thank you. Yes, leaving likes helps a lot. So. Hey Damien, have a good stream. Thank you. Cursed City is a new Warhammer box. It's like, what was that last box? It's Warhammer Quest from the Warhammer Quest range, and you get a couple of standalone games with that. Was Blackstone Fortress, I think, was the last Warhammer Quest game. Yeah, they're standalone boxes, standalone games, and there was supposed to be expansions, but now no one knows what's happening with Cursed City, since it's gone, disappeared online, even though Games Workshop said it's gonna be a staple and available as a reprint, and yeah, just basically available for a longer time, and then everything changed and no one knows why. And I mean, some people say it's to build hype and FOMO so that they can sell them out, but I don't know. I have a suspicion that something happened and they just had to take it offline, because I don't know if they would yeah, design a web page around it and all that jazz and then have it disappear. But I don't have any further, what is it, insight into that. Of course you have to have a favorite. My favorite is Scott. Smooth cheeks are super cute. Are we talking about like butt cheeks? If it wasn't taken, I'd date Scott. Well, there we go. Yeah. Good second. Nice jawline. Thank you. Jawline needs to make up for hairline. Hey Keeper. Greetings from Germany. Greetings back to Germany. Okay, what grid do I use? 800 is perfect. Yeah, I think this might either be 800 or 1000. It's pretty fine. So yeah, because if you use like a rougher grid, you start to create some, you know, scratches on there, and then it's kind of lost, or the effect gets kind of lost, or it's counterproductive almost. So when I prepare for competitions, I take a lot more care and I use a finer sandpaper so that everything is really smooth again. But for just painting videos and gaming miniatures, it's fine. Again, as long as I don't get any, what's it called, like artificial highlights and shadows when I use washes and shading and all that, it's fine. Genuinely, your videos have helped a ton with my mini painting skills, especially your Golden Demon critiques. Oh, okay. I appreciate the fact that even though you're just that good, you have the mark of great artists, because that's a long text, because you still recognize that you always have room to improve. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's a double-edged sword to always try to improve and kind of try to be better. It can burn you out. Don't make no mistake about that. Because if you're like, okay, I want to improve and I want to be better and all of that, and you do it for the wrong reasons, like you want to win awards and all of that, and then you don't win them instantly, and maybe you don't feel recognized or whatever, it can burn you out. But if you're just, you know, in it for the fun of it, and then you still, I think that's the best combination, right? To have fun while doing so and trying new things and not getting discouraged if something doesn't work out, but you kind of realize you're still better today than you were yesterday, then that's a pretty good driver to get better, and a pretty healthy way to try to improve. But it takes a while to find that balance, in my opinion. Hey Viking, hey Appledorn. The mech that I am building is hellish for gaps. No matter how much you fill or sand, they'll have to reappear. I need someone like Miniac has someone to read out their chat. That's cheating. I need something like that too. No matter how much you fill or sand, they'll have to reappear. Oh really? Is that, you know, because it's when you press against it from the other side, that it's maybe moving or something like that? Or why does the gap reappear? That's kind of weird. Or maybe the fill material just shrinks. That music is kind of weird, but I guess it's fine as long as it's royalty free. Is it worth getting the box only for the miniatures? Oh, 100%. If you still can get it, I wouldn't pay like the scalper prices, like 320 bucks or whatever it is right now. Let's see. Yeah, let me know whenever the music is too loud or too low, if you want it higher or whatever. I just play whatever is available on Epidemic Sound for now. But because yeah, I just don't want to. I just can't stream in silence when it's the only thing I hear is my voice. It's kind of weird. Yeah, if you can get the box, it's 100% worth it. I mean, just look at the detail of the miniatures. Again, I'm looking forward to painting almost every single one of these, and even the ones that I'm not that keen on painting. For example, the Undead Ogre. Where is it? I'm not super keen on painting him, but it's still a great model. All the detail that went in there, it's really fantastic. So yeah, I mean, it's gonna be fun to just paint even the ones that I don't want to paint. Those are pretty good models for showing, you know, faster techniques that I might not take as far as I want my own models to take my own models that I would be putting into a showcase or whatever. Okay, so these are push fit apparently. which I'm not sure if I want to do that since I use super glue. So I'm gonna be clipping off these parts where they get together, and I gotta be super careful because everything is so flimsy. Maybe I should get the instructions. Are there even instructions? Oh, okay. There's an errata. I forgot to put this one in. How to assemble this one. Oh, here we go. But yeah, I mean, hopefully they put all the parts for this one on here. Just can find them. Or maybe that's it. Maybe it's just 2 parts. Is this just 2 parts? Is he missing that arm? Jesus Christ. No, wait, there's a sword somewhere, right? There's a sword somewhere. Already failing. Can't find that sword. Has to be somewhere. Oh wait. Okay. I think I got it. Okay. Here's the last part. So confused. Staff at Warmer World confirmed it was an issue with the extra printed stuff and shipping, and they expect at least some of the mods to see a separate release. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for, honestly, and that's why I'm still making videos. I kinda hope, or what I would like to see is that they replace, for example, the skeleton box with these models. They're really great. I mean, the way they are designed, it would almost be a shame if they didn't do something with it. Yeah, so the skeletons alone are a really nice box. Okay, I think we got the first skeleton. At least all the parts. Yeah, and then we're going to do all the minor skeletons and clean them up. Someone said they only took 2 hours to assemble the whole box, and I told them, well, you don't know my way to assemble things. It's definitely not gonna be done in 2 hours. Skeletons in the box are replacing the death rattle sepulchral guard. And so bad with English names. I agree, Millput is much better for gap filling because you can brush away and shape with water. Exactly, yeah. So whenever you just stick it into the gap and then you brush over it with water, and it gets these really fine borders, and it almost looks like there never was a gap. Cursed City thing feels very cease and desist. Yeah, I mean, that was the other theory, right? That they went that they broke someone's or infringed someone's copyright. I'm not sure about that. Would have had to be a really large player in the fantasy scene. Otherwise, well, yeah, that's a good question. No idea. Tavern is grunge equals grunge PewDiePie? I don't know about that. I wish I had like 100th of PewDiePie's viewers. Everything would be a lot easier. Zombies in the Box are replacing the other zombie box. Oh well, that's good, right? So those are some good releases. Congrats on getting Cursed City as long as it lasts. Yeah, I went up, or got up that Saturday, and I made sure to pre-order, to get the pre-order in. I only got a German version, which I guess is fine if I want to force some people here to play it. I'm not sure if I would have gotten an English version, even getting up earlier. Cheating. What grade sandpaper? It's a 800 or 1000 grades. I'm not sure. Both of those are fine. It's more. Oh, it's not. Yeah, that was confusing. They feel like it's worse to say they screwed up. Yeah, exactly. I don't get that. So the whole company's not being able to say that they screwed up. I feel like that's more damaging than people kind of seeing that they screwed up, because now people are making up all kinds of things, and on top of it they're pissed because yeah, they simply didn't say what's going to happen. So if people knew, okay, some of these miniatures would be coming out separately, then yeah, you could plan for that if you wanted to, I don't know, paint a certain character, or just, you know, the skeletons or whatever. If they did that, yeah, you would be, or at least I would not be as pissed as I am. I was more annoyed that the box took so long. Like I said, from ordering it to receiving it, it took 23 days. Yeah, sponge sanding pads for sanding are fine too. I haven't found good ones yet. I want to, yeah, I need to find good ones, or you know, at least, how do you define good? So whenever we have like these wrinkly details and undercuts and whatever, I almost feel like I can't use a sponge because I can't get in there. So when I just have a tiny bit of sandpaper, I can fold it up like this, and then it fits exactly like this. So that's why I'm sticking to sandpaper. I'm trying to catch up on chat, so whatever I'm doing here is not super planned out. I have no idea where I already went over and where I still have some stuff left. You can use the narrator on Windows to read the chat. With narrator on Windows.
Sprachausgabe Dialogfeld. Okay. Schaltfläche. Alt und O. Achtung. Änderungen bei den Tasten für die Sprachausgabe. Wir haben die Tastenanordnung für die Sprachausgabe geändert, damit sie mit Scannen. Google Chrome
no, stop it.
wird beendet.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't know if that would work with the German version of Windows, but I need to look into that. Probably have to mute the the desktop audio though. I just need to be faster. Yeah, honestly, I didn't expect 270 people to be here across 2 platforms. But yeah, thanks a lot for tuning in, guys. I mean, whatever questions you have, you know, I'll try to answer them. Beginning here, when you guys mix paints with lots of water, do you wipe off the brush after you pick up paint? Yeah, I need to do a new video, but you can see me doing that in my layering and glazing video. I show exactly what I do when I pick up paint. But in general, with everything with painting in general, no matter what consistency you're using, what dilution, you're always going to wipe away most of what you have on the brush, simply because That's the excess. That's usually the excess water that is in there, and that would, you know, just run off the brush, or water, or water and color mixture. That would run off instantly, or the second you put the mini on the brush. So getting rid of that is kind of important. And like I said, I do it with every consistency. And thank you, Xant, for following. Sticking sandpaper to a stick is often better. Yeah, sure. Whatever, you know, feels better for you is the way to go. That's why I'm always so hesitant to say, you know, to use the word better and best. Then people feel like they have to do it that way, when in reality, just switching around a minor detail in their approach, because of whatever idiosyncrasy they have, like, I don't know, maybe they're a bit more clumsy, or maybe their fingers are bigger or whatever, or smaller or whatever. Yeah, they feel like they're stuck with one approach and they have to do that because it's the best. So and people are also, you know, looking for that advice on YouTube, and then sometimes they're disappointed.
How did you find me?
I demand blindfolded speed painting. I don't know about that. I mean, whenever I have more time. So right now it feels like focusing on videos that don't really, I mean, that don't really have value, as in they teach you something, and just making funny videos. I eventually want to do that, because that's how you get views, right? But Doctor System, thanks a lot for subbing. Thank you. But to me, they feel a bit like a waste of time right now, because I just can't do that many YouTube videos. So I kind of want to get out the videos where I try to teach something. I feel like they have more worth in the long term. While obviously entertaining videos are fun to watch, but it's not the content necessarily that I want to do right now, and also don't have the time to do. Not that there's anything wrong with that type of content. Hey Ronnie Rotten, thank you. Clipping off the pegs. Oh yeah. Wait, I'm so behind. Hey Limbo, fancy seeing you on here. Are you planning to stream more often? I used to stream a lot more often, but I explained it earlier, I just don't have the time. Between the Patreon and the YouTube videos, those are the priority. Whenever I have more time after the summer, or, you know, during summer, can't say why, because people might be listening, but I should have more time again. And yeah, then we will see. I'll try to do something like once per week, or maybe a longer stream every 2 weeks. That's what I'm planning. Why super glue versus plastic glue faster? Yeah, I just like that it glues together faster. That's the whole thing why I prefer super glue. And you know, now there's a lot of people going to say, yeah, but this and that, and I'm going to say the same thing that I said with you know, sandpaper, or using different sandpaper. It's fine, just use whatever is best for you, whatever feels best for you. That's the way to go. whatever feels right for you to do, that is going to be the best thing. Yeah, also, I don't know, sometimes I describe it with what did I say? Like, it might not be the best if you could quantify a thing, but it's just what has worked for me since forever and feels more natural to do. It's also the same thing why I didn't use an airbrush for the longest time. That it might be faster, you know, that's something you can quantify, but it's not necessarily as fun to me to airbrush certain things, and that's why I do most of the things with, mostly anything with a brush, simply because it's more fun to me. Being aware that quantifiably, and if you could measure the time, how long it takes, that would make it better because it's faster. Yeah. And in the end, you should just do whatever's fun. If you make a mistake, you can snap it off. Yeah, that's true too. I mean, with these things, Jesus, it's probably going to break some parts. But in theory, yeah, you can get rid of it again. While with plastic glue, you're kind of stuck with it once it melts together. So the question is, I almost want to do that separately, but it's probably against the idea of doing a faster approach. Oh yeah, one other thing why I snapped these off. The pegs, I think it's what you call them, is that I can fit them together and see whether or not I want to do sub-assemblies. I gotta get used to painting on camera again, at least for the stream setup. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to put this one aside now that he's somewhat clean. Cursed City is co-op, so you can always help him along. Oh, okay. I see. Bit young for Underworlds. Got it. I really love the skeletons in the bog, but geez, they're so flimsy and thin. Yeah, exactly. I said the same thing in the beginning when I opened it up. So I was able to pick it up yesterday. I got to the store at 5:32, and they're like, "Yo, you can't pick up anything after 5:30." And I'm like, "Yo, shut the fuck." I mean, please, good sir, hand over the goods, or I shall cut your throat with my pliers. Yeah, so another thing that I like in this box is all the bats and the rats and everything. They really have some really nice detail. I might be using those, so it would be nice to get like, yeah, maybe I can do a little Oyamaru action. Let's see. Where do I have it? Yeah, because for the shard of the white dragon, I cast a few. Can you see that? I cast a few rocks from the base so that I had extra, and I even, where did I put those? Oh yeah. Yeah, I have some leftover. I felt like these would be really nice to have for Necron bases. I might be trying to do a few casts of the bats, just to have them as extra, how would you say that? Like whenever I want to do some vampire stuff, I might just want to put those on the base, or you know, just flying over the vampire or whatever. That could indeed be nice. Like the stream to help from Aaron. Yes, like the stream, please. Yeah, streams in general are not. I mean, right now it kind of feels like I have a good video and then I have a bad video. It's like one video over 100,000 views, and the other one is barely above 10,000. And obviously, the more of the good videos you have, the more you get recommended. So live streams are not necessarily the best thing to do when you get like 5,000 views only. I mean, quote unquote only. Of course, it's a lot, but you know, it being a video upload to your channel makes it a bit, you know, dragging down the channel a bit, but it is what it is. I am from Vienna, yes. That's another thing as well. Diamond nail files. Oh yeah, they're useful. But they're also not as fine as, you know, sandpaper, I want to say. Fancy doing some kind of batch speed painting video for one of the enemy groups? Not really. I'm going to do... I want to assemble all the skeletons and all the zombies and then see whether or not something hits me that I want to do with them in that direction. But I'm probably gonna do one of them. I'm going to do one of them as a stand-in for all of the rest, so that you know what you need to do, and then, you know, take that one and make it faster. I mean, the thing with batch painting is you can always take the things I do and just apply them to a batch painting approach. I need some better pliers here. Even though I only do it on a single model, you can still do the base colors for the bones on every model before you move on to washing the bones. It's just, I'm just going to show you everything on one model. Doesn't mean you can't do it in a batch painting setting. Okay, I hope this one goes right here. I probably should open this up and look at the instructions. Hey, Coldstone. I need to catch up on the chat. It's moving too fast. Don't worry about being bad at English words. It's the worst language. It's actually it's a relatively nice language, right? Compared to a lot of the other Roman languages. Help from Romania. Hey, Polly wants a cracker. Still speaks better than English speakers. Don't go to Northern Ireland. Go to the deep south. Well, the shaking cam makes you feel bad. Yeah, so I don't know how to fix that, honestly. I would have to mount the arm somewhere else. I can maybe, if I zoom out a bit, maybe it's not as intense. Yeah, I need to mount it on the wall like Miniac has. But obviously it's worse when I don't really do painting, when I do like stuff like this and then it starts to shake. But yeah. Whenever I win the lottery, I'm going to redo the studio. But right now I don't have to. I have a lot of ideas, but right now the cash flow isn't really where it needs to be for that. What was the problem with Cursed City? Yeah, we don't really know. How often do you scrape off the details accidentally? Almost never. It's not like I carve, you know, deep into the plastic. I just run it across. Okay, I feel like I need to cut this somehow. It's not going to work. Yep. Took me 4 hours for a box of intercessors to assemble and clear mold lines. Wow, that's fast. Hey Trenton, Marcy. Hey Raggy with H06. How's it going? Not a good idea to use narrator. No, it's not. At least not in the German version. Congratulations on 75k subs. Thank you. Yeah, we're only like 6 months away from 100,000. So, and also, I think if I didn't, you know, if Midwinter Minis didn't ask me to do that critiquing video where he was asking me for pointers on his Farseer, I don't think I would have more than 60,000. That gave a large boost. I'm not German, I'm Austrian. Narrator. That would quickly grind your ears, yeah. It's one less. I have both YouTube and Twitch open. There you go. German version of Windows, no Austrian version. I don't think there's an Austrian version. Siege Studios are hiring. So if everyone Siege Studios, this is your chance. Hey Maphus. How much water do you put on a wet palette? You put, so that's my not so wet palette, and you make sure that everything is covered, the whole foam is covered once it's soaked, and you want like that 1/2 millimeter on top, so that the paper, you can slightly move the paper around on top of it, and that's the perfect yeah, water consistency for a wet palette. Do you have an interest and or ambition to paint an entire army? No. I mean, the thing is, I don't really play. I don't have the time to play. I barely have any time the way it is right now, because I also, you know, sculpt and design my own miniatures and stuff like that. So yeah. I mean, that's the one thing, and I also don't really want to paint too many samey miniatures. So if I had to paint 10 skeletons, I guess skeletons are fine, because you can, you know, do washes and go for a more nitty-gritty approach. But it's getting boring to me pretty fast, so probably not. Jesus Christ. In Australia, you basically speak Bavarian. Some of those videos do my head in. Oh, I see. Sorry, I'm going to catch up on chat and answer every question. What kind of sandpaper do you use? Do you use I only use the Julian's file, but it messed up some of the small areas. Yeah, that's what I was referring to, because the Julian files are still kind of rough if you look at it in detail. So that's why I prefer sandpaper. And like I said, I just use between 800 and 1000 grit. Once I scraped everything off, I just go over it with the sandpaper, and it's fine. You won the lottery, you got a Cursed City box. Oh, Jesus. Do you have any luck finding the rest of the missing pieces? Not yet, no. I haven't asked. I need... So if anyone has a sword from... Yeah, a sword for the Forge World Sanguinius. If they assemble it with the spear, I need a sword. Because my cats ate my sword. And I would have to order a whole body again to get the sword back, because it's not mine, it was a commission. Yeah, the cats never jumped up anywhere. And then I just left a drawer open, like this wide. Maybe this wide. And they saw the Sanguinius model in there. And they just stuck their paws through and then just grabbed the sword. Well, they grabbed everything, or most of it. But nothing really got damaged. Just the sword got snapped into like 5 or 6 pieces.
How did you find me?
I demand the battle of the brushes between Roman Squidmore and Roman. Wait, is Roman? Who's Roman? Which YouTuber is Roman? Why spend a lot of time having fun when you can spend less time not having fun? Exactly. Push fit can be a nightmare to unfit. Yeah, exactly. That's why I snap off these connecting parts. Oh yeah, I said I'm going to open this, but let me catch up in chat. How about one paints one part of the mini, send it to the next co-op? Yeah, I mean, sure. Give me the models, man. Give me the package before I punch you in the face. Please, sir, hand over the goods or I cut your throat with my pliers. Sound like in German. Erst oder. That's yeah, that's Austrian. Casting the parts is why Games Work won't send you any free Firebird. Yeah, freebies. It could be, right? It could be. But I mean, what did I do? I just created more basing material that I don't really can buy off of Games Workshop anyway. And I mean, they can't expect you to buy another $110 model for 2 or 3 rocks that you're going to stick on other bases. I'm amazed that I got one like a week after the premiere at basically discount price. Oh my god. Yeah, so I don't know the review videos. Did you guys see any good review videos? That's more like, oh yo, I got this box for free and this is in it, and I don't know. I'm just not a huge fan of review videos, honestly. I mean, I guess it's for the views, right? Have you checked Bolt Miniatures Kickstarter? I have no idea what this is. This was a very short notice. Yeah, I announced it yesterday. Are you planning on painting Crimson Court? Yeah, I ordered it, and when I got the UPS note that I got a package, I thought it was Crimson Court, because I didn't expect this to arrive this early, because I only waited like 23 days. But then it ended up being Cursed City. But yeah, I'm going to... I already ordered the... Crimson Court too. I always order from the UK because you people are so kind to me and use my Element Games code from the description of my videos. So sometimes I get yeah, enough, how do you say it, like kickback, so that I can get some boxes for free. And the Crimson Court box I was able to get for free because of kind people out there using my Element Games link. So I ordered that, and I'm also going to make a video about it. But we'll see. I'm so behind on videos too. It's school has burned me out a lot, and then the cats. So we went to a veterinarian, and she said she basically said one of our cats is going to die. And that kind of was a downer. But thank God it turned out that she only had an infection, and instead of saying, yo, she has an infection, we should check, you know, the more likely things first, to rule out anything bad. She said, oh, she might die, you know. That was the first thing she said. So I was okay up until this point, because I mean, okay, you can work like super long hours for a year and be fine, but then the emotional stress on top of that kind of burned me out. So I'm super behind on videos. Also the Patreon stuff that I had planned, I started filming a lot of it, and then I had like a month setback because the cats were sick, both of them, and like I said, we even thought for a while that one of them was going to die after we had them for about 6 months. Hey Balok, do you have a date today shop? Patron issues my shop now. So I work Monday, Tuesday at a school the whole day, like 8 to 6 p.m. And it takes about 1 day to prepare those 2 classes. So basically I have like 3 days of the week that I need to invest into that day job. And sometimes it's more. It's like when they have, you know, sometimes you have to have meetings and talk about whatever pedagogic stuff, and I don't know, a lot of the time it's pretty useless, but you have to be there, so that's on top of it. But I have had weeks where, even though I only work 2 days, I had to invest like 5 days of the week. So that's a bit of a downer when it comes to content creation. But I tried to, for the longest time I was working like weekends too. But eventually you have to have rest periods too. So for the last 2 months I was not working weekends, and the videos got a bit yeah, videos were falling behind a bit. But soon. Instructions never straight into the fire and regret it. Are you prepping any bases before you assemble the models? So what I would do here for this model, I mean, it's a bit tricky because there's so much other stuff attached to the what's it called? What is this thing called down here? Thanks Limeboat for joining the YouTube membership. Thank you. Yeah, so thanks Limbo, and thanks a lot for subscribing on Twitch. Thank you. Yeah, because all of this is connected down here, it's probably gonna be a bit tricky, but it's usually, yeah, there we go. The alerts are way behind. Yeah, so typically I would get rid of this and then place it on a base. I don't have a base here. Yeah, just place it down and see what I want to do. And maybe if I want to add some detail, like maybe cobblestone or stuff like that, I design the cobblestone base, and as long as it's not really dry, not everything is glued on, I try to place it. You know, if I want to incline the model a bit, then I can still incline the stones and all of that. So I designed the bases around. Thank you, N Veritas. I designed the bases around the miniatures, basically. That spear is bending so bad. This one, it's actually fine. It's really fine. But yeah, let's not play around with that. I love your new setup for YouTube videos, but a wall mount for a camera would solve your shaking issues. Oh yeah, I mean, when I paint, it's not as bad, because once I have the hands set down, it's okay, somewhat okay. But yeah, I need to find a separate way to mount the camera. Do you remove all mold lines or just the big ones? Well, I set out to remove every mold, yeah. But I'm not doing really well with it. So for example, here I still have some. I feel like they're so flimsy, I almost don't want to scrape too much. Yeah. I almost need my magnifying glasses to see all of them. They're so tiny. Hey, Plastic Dream. We're polite about the Farsia. I mean, the thing is, his focus is not showcase painting. He's painting to game, right? So he was trying to up his level with this one. So it makes sense to give him pointers that he can reach. And I mean, sure, I could say, I don't know, your blendings would need like 10 more layers or whatever. But that's not really, I don't know. That's for when you want to paint showcase and maybe enter them into competitions. Obviously, the feedback would be rather different. So I feel like the feedback has to be useful and tailored to what a person can do immediately, and not have to work like 2-3 years on to achieve. Obviously, there's like a standard that you can try to aim for, but even then, you're not going to. It's like, you know, paint the rest of the fucking owl. There's steps in between, and you kind of want to point out the steps in between that the person can reach immediately, and then they can aim for the next ones. So it's not really about being polite, it's more about putting yourself into the shoes of the learner and trying to see what he can do and achieve, and then giving them the pointers on how to get there. Just basically, that's what a teacher does. So it was not about, hey, destroy my paint job. That would be another video altogether. Are there any particular wet palettes you would recommend? Honestly, any self-built wet palette is fine. If you all the others are not really expensive. You can get a red grass palette, even though it's not maybe qualitatively the best thing around there. It's a shallow container. It's a shallow container. I don't know, they're not that expensive either, and you can use the sponge that comes with it, or just use a kitchen sponge instead for when you maybe you want to have like 2 layers of this. If you want like 2 layers, double the thickness, just add a kitchen sponge and fill it with water, and just use regular parchment paper. Because I didn't have like baking paper is what I use. I didn't have that good of an experience with the red grass paper. But again, luckily you can replace it with just regular baking paper. Not the siliconized ones, but yeah, try to get like non-waxed paper. So just a cheap baking paper is fine. But any shallow container with a kitchen sponge is fine. I did the math. It's like when you have these Ferrero Rocher boxes, you typically for a size of this one, which is the red grass palette, the small one, you will have to pay $10 anyway. So I think this one is only like $13.99, so you might as well get a red grass one and just replace the paper. The mini's crotch is heart shaped. Wait, which one? Painting 6 Elder Guardians can be tedious. Yeah. That's the thing, right? Once you paint, at least for me, it's like that. Once I painted a miniature, do I really want to paint a similar one, or, you know, the same one? So let's see. I'm guessing this one goes here. I mean, who really needs instructions? Yeah, I think I'm going to assemble most of the skeletons, like I said. Even though I'm probably only going to paint one. What do you think of the minis? Okay, those, which is my favorite one? I honestly think the skeletons are really great, and the banner bearer is probably my favorite one. But yeah, I really like the bat. The bat is probably my favorite villain. Will Sham, thanks a lot for subscribing. Thank you. Again, don't forget, if you sub on Twitch, you do get access to the Discord, full access to the Discord. But yeah, the bat is probably my favorite villain. Heroes wise, yeah, I guess the demon hunter. I'm sorry, the vampire hunter. Yeah, probably we'll have to go with the vampire hunter. Yeah, I would say so. Wait, so I forgot. Which one was it? Oh, here we are. The cats now have the red thirst or the black rage. No, the cats are fine. Cats are fine, more or less. They had a bit of a rough start. There was all kind of stuff going on, but sometimes you have cats like that. Yeah, just fingers crossed that everything stays that way. Whoa, that was bendy. Okay, there was still connection. Hey Dimitri, hello from Kiev. Do you have any thoughts on why there's so many good pages of Spanish? Did I think I talked about that in one of the myth busting videos. But the thing is, the Spanish, well, initially the French kind of revolutionized painting, because they took, you know, some of the things that classic masters did and applied it to miniature painting. And then the Spanish came along and kind of took that and gave it their own twist. And then don't forget that the Spanish have a lot of the Spanish have a really similar style. That's whatever Sergio Cabo is doing, where he uses more opaque layers of paint, which, you know, A lot of us did that before, but he just made that a thing and marketed it very nicely, and that group of painters yeah, embraced that style of painting and made it popular because it's good for box art painting because it's fast. Yeah, it's just a very distinct style. And then on top of that, most of those painters are in it for a long time already, like 20 years. Don't forget that. But there's not only the Spanish. I mean, there's a lot of Russian and Eastern Europe painters that are even better than the Spanish, that you don't really hear anything about. So it's also, it's a bit of a marketing thing, or, you know, exposure thing. Just past 1/2 to viewers. I think the funny part for me is I remember Troll Skull and Demon entries from when I was a kid. Well, there you go. Did you ever make it to the White Dwarf? Yeah, but only the German ones. I don't think I ever was in an English or a UK one. The thing is, I wasn't active that long. I only went to like 4 Golden Demons. Let's see. 2005, 2006, 7, 8. Okay, that's 4. Yeah, and then 2013 I went again, and the one in 2019. So I only went to 6 Golden Demons. It's not that many. Where, you know, some people went to every single one for the last 20 years. Hey, Stefan Winter. Yeah, I live in that district too. I live in that district too. My name is Arnold. Let's see. How influential are non-game structural illustrations to the artists in general? For the ideas and concepts you guys put into figures, Kid Bashes. Yeah, so I always, whenever I start a project, I'm going online and I just look for artworks. So I definitely do that 100% with everything I do, or most of the things I do. Super useful. Sometimes I also go in and I just try to analyze the colors that are in there, and I just pick the colors with a color picker like Photoshop or GIMP or whatever, and just make a swatch and see what is in there, and yeah, just analyze the composition and try to understand it and apply it to the miniature. Hey Jar Miniatures. The paint dries faster for them. Wait. No cat proofing is enough cat proofing, that's true. The zombie smile. My cats don't go near my models. Well, lucky you. But yeah, I tried to just cat proof everything. Brexit element games is still a thing. Yeah, for me it is. It just takes a bit longer. For now at least. I don't know, maybe eventually, but I mean, I think I'm not into politics and all that stuff, but I think the UK, okay, that's what I think. You might want to tell me if it's otherwise, if you know more about that, but I think the UK got a relatively nice deal with the European Union as far as taxes and all of that stuff goes. So I'm not expecting having to pay any tariffs or taxes for hobby stuff that comes from the UK. But I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Could be wrong. Wait, is my microphone super loud? I mean, I basically scream into it sometimes. I'll just reduce it like this. Is that okay? What school do I go to? I teach. I don't go to school. Well, technically, I go into a school to work, right? Well, I don't go to school. Oh yeah, blame the cats. No, like I said, you can be overworked and then some, and it's somewhat fine, and then some emotional stress comes along, and then you kind of get all burned out, right? Memento mori, bitches. Your cat will die, but it's just a checkout. Oh, why? I don't know. Eventually. Cat plays fetch better than most dogs. Yeah, we tried to teach them. We taught them some stuff, but we couldn't teach them fetch so far. We're still trying though. It's kind of funny, they were running around the whole time and trying to get on my lap, and now they're not here anymore. Does he read Twitch chat? Yeah, I do. I'm just so far behind. I'm so sorry. I honestly did not expect. Oh, speak of the devil. What's up? Okay, don't eat any of the parts. Say hello. She's super curious because she's not allowed to go on the table normally. So it's like, oh, what am I doing here? And just going off. Yep. So they have a place like next to me. I just have my table. Can you see that? Yeah, you can see her. I have the table that I use for my YouTube stuff, for my YouTube shots. I just put it next to me with, yeah, some clothing or something like that. So they can lay down next to me. Then they don't always sit on my lap and, you know, claw the things that I do. Gotta support my streamer. Thanks again. What subjects do I teach? I teach basically biology and just general science stuff. So in Austria, it's a thing where the government tried to implement like science and all of that, but obviously we don't have the science. Never was a thing. You typically had the subjects like physics, biology, chemistry, but boiling it down into one subject where it's yeah, a conglomerate of those subjects, which it kind of should be, because a lot of the time you don't just do biology, you also use like chemistry for the science you do or whatever. Yeah, schools, Austrian schools are not really built for that, and there's no budget because schools and health systems are underfunded everywhere. So yeah, now the teachers basically gotta carry. And make up for all the equipment that's not there. It's not as fun as it sounds, honestly. Picks up camera lens. Wow, I'm so far behind. Jesus Christ. I can't find non-wax paper in the UK. Honestly, just get the cheapest paper you can and just try that. It might not be as, you know, nicely waxed as they want you to believe. You haven't done a live show for a long time yet? No, I don't. I can't stream regularly. Again, in 2-3 months, well, in 3 months it's something different, but right now I can't. Any tips for avoiding artificial highlights in lamps? On the miniature, then that's probably, if they're on the miniature, that's probably an issue of the whole thing being too glossy. So try to reduce the glossiness. Use a matte varnish. Let's see. Okay, skip. Let's see. Gotta find a new playlist here. How important is a wet pad? How important is a wet pad? I mean, it helps. I painted for like, I don't know, maybe 6 years without a wet palette. So, I mean, it still works, right? But it just helps keeping your paints fresh and usable for a paint session, which is what you want. Oops. So, sorry, that came out of nowhere. So it's a quality of life thing more than anything.
First, I would like to just get to know you.
Thank you, P and the Cows, for joining the YouTube subscribers. No, what's it called? YouTube members. I don't even know that stuff. Any tips for, oh yeah, so if they're too glossy, then that's why you get artificial highlights. Yeah, baking paper on the lights. I mean, you can use diffusion, but if the thing is too glossy. Captain Slaughter, thanks a lot for subscribing on Twitch. Yeah, if the mini is too glossy, then diffusion doesn't help. But you can try diffusion. On your contrast over smoothness outline, how do you know how far to push the contrast? Recently I painted skin from chestnut base up to almost ice yellow, and it still didn't feel enough. I feel like it's always easier to dial back contrast, so you can go crazy with the contrast initially, and if you want to tone it down, just go over it with a what's it called? A glaze or wash. Yeah, definitely. So
most important thing is money.
oh,
Thanks, Christoph. I tried to make model matte with my ultra matte through my brush, but even after several coats, it barely changed. Any ideas why?
so ultra matte through the airbrush, and it's still glossy, or it still has highlights. Is it? Can you look at it, and does it look glossy? Or is it just the reflections in the photo? I hope I'm making sense. Still fairly glossy. I mean, troubleshooting 101, right? Did you mix? Did you shake it well enough? I don't think they can see it. I'm only using the webcam. It's too dark. Doesn't want to comply. Hello.
That's the dead cat.
Dead cat?
No, she's not dead.
Oh, the not dead cat.
Yeah, the not dead
cat that's supposed to be dead. Yeah, so she probably didn't even use up one of the 7 lives she has. Okay, yeah, so my setup for streaming is pretty basic right now. Okay, so that should be enough. Okay, this goes on here. I think I'm going to, yeah, we can glue that, or can we? Yeah. Agitated ball, vortex shaker. Yeah, honestly, I don't know. I have no idea. It should not do that. If you use the AK Ultra varnish, the only thing, maybe it's a bad batch, but it should not do that. You shouldn't get glossy results at all. So not quite sure what's the deal here. Hold on, I just need some super glue. Okay. But yeah, I mean, try the diffusion tip. Maybe they are too. Maybe your light bulbs are too small compared to the model. It's typically yeah. Wait, you said it's glossy. Yeah, honestly, the matte varnish should get rid of. Ugh. Okay, that was a bit too much. Yeah, the AK. Jesus Christ. The AK Ultra Matte varnish should get rid of it. So we gotta hold this a bit. Talking of Spanish painters, I only recently came across El Miniaturista and he's fantastic. Oh yeah, sure. He has more distinct style, I want to say. Working with scale artist paints a lot, so it's much easier to mix by the third day. Wait, why? Because it's there's too much pigment in there? I'm not quite sure what you mean. Who's my favorite miniature painter? I don't know if I have like a favorite. It's more like yeah, I came to appreciate a lot of styles. Who's my favorite? Can't really think of anyone that stands out. There's like 5 or 6 that I yeah, just find really good, but I wouldn't call them, any of them, my favorites. What grid sandpaper? 800 to 1000. 6 golden demons, yet those cabinets are full. Are you casting them? No, I think I have, yeah, I think I have 16 or so. But I mean, if you win 2 with 6 golden demons, then you already have 12, right? Hello from Australia. Hey Noel, how's it going? Not heard of putting it in the fridge. Wait, oh, the wet palette. It slows evaporation. Yeah, I don't know. It has to do with evaporation and just, you know, reducing the temperature of the paint makes it stay fresh longer. Okay, wow, another one. So that one's finished. Let's see. I want to do this one next. ATG miniatures. Bellacore? No, that's not Bellacore. But yeah, I mean, right now it is a weird time for Games Workshop. So I don't know why they used to send me stuff up front. Then there was a change in, well, my community contact quit, and now I'm not getting anything, and I don't know why. But the good thing is that they're just the replacement, not the final replacement. So once the final replacement is in, I'll try to contact whoever is going to be in charge, and just try to renegotiate what they're going to send me. And hopefully it's going to pick up again. So I did not get a Bellacore either. It feels like they... So, I don't know, for... what's the example? I don't know. They try to prioritize. Silverback Prime, thanks a lot for subscribing. They try to prioritize a few of the American content creators a bit more recently. So maybe I fell out because I only have 75,000 subscribers or whatever. I don't know. But yeah. Who knows? I'll work with what I get. Yeah, so I don't know. You guys talking about wet pellets in the chat, and you know, analyzing whether or not it's chemical curing and all of that. It's kind of funny to me because I just use a wet pellet and it works, and I really don't care why it works. I'm just happy that I can paint, you know, use my paints for 3, 4, 5 hours in a session, and I'm super happy with that. And I don't even try to extend it longer than this. Some people expect a wet palette to stay wet for a week, and that's just not how it works, really. So the most credible explanation I came across is that, you know, you're still losing the acrylic medium and just reactivating the paint, even though you can with water, is not going to make the paints work properly. So that's my explanation for why you can't really use paint on a wet palette forever. But yeah, I just use them and it works, and I'm happy about that. We're paying 20% VAT on all EU orders. So wait, that's importing from the European Union, right? Import costs. Okay. To get Cursed City Tomato. Oh, Jesus. $20 on top of my 40 order. Interesting. Yeah, we'll see. So once the package arrives, maybe they did charge me something. Then it's out of out of the question. Never going to order in the UK anymore. Better to order locally at that point. Cat. Smoosh the kitty. That one looks like your eldest daughter's cat. Neat kitty cat. Yeah, so the thing is, they're pretty young still, so they're just roaming around. They're never in one place. When they're older, maybe they try to just lie there, and then we can set up a kitty cat cam. What brush soap? I just use Masters whatever soap and Master's Brush Restorer. Electric water fountains are very important for cats. Oh yeah, they drink a lot, and we always mix their food with water too. And we feed them wet food, yeah. All the tricks I was ever able to teach cats were knock shit off my table and ignore me. Yeah, that's the first 2 tips or tricks they learned. How the fur doesn't get everywhere in my paints. Yeah, so far it's fine. Maybe it's because the flat is rather large and it just spreads out everywhere. When I was living in a small flat with cats, the hair was everywhere too. Okay, can we catch up with chat now? I wish I could move to Austria. Country as a whole seems to be level-headed. I don't know about that, but depends, I guess. Depends on the topic you're talking about. Not super level-headed about everything. What grid sandpaper? 800 to 1000. Will you publish all the videos, other videos with Vince in the future? Yeah, sure. It's a time thing, right? So with my YouTube approach, I'm trying to make better quote-unquote YouTube videos, and by that I mean videos that people watch. And the myth-busting videos, while I really enjoy them, and I think they have value too, they barely get more than 15,000 views, so I'm trying to rethink what to do with them. And some work better, and sometimes the editing the footage just doesn't allow editing that makes them entertaining and so on. So I'm trying to rework the format in my head to make it more enjoyable to watch and not just educational. So yeah, I want to do that and then record a few more myth-busting videos. Maybe we can, it doesn't have to be a myth-busting video. I can do whatever with Vince, really, but I mean, he doesn't care that much. Lately he tried to move into that direction too, as you may have noticed, with shorter videos and more entertaining, or at least more not entertaining, what's the word, more engaging. So yeah, once we found a format that can do this, I definitely want to do more with him. Why cut the alignment peg off? Because I hate them. Yeah, I can try them on and see whether or not I might want to maybe paint them separately. So in this case I think it's fine. So I still don't know how to reach all of these parts down there, but I guess it's fine to just glue them together. I don't really need the pegs. And I can dry fit them whenever they go together, and I can't quite press them into it. You're stuck because they're so flimsy, you're never going to be able to rip it off again. Because any part you touch is going to just break off. Any alternatives to color shaper for gap filling? Try to go to, well, okay, unless your country is in lockdown, try to go to a store, like a craft store, and try to pick one up there. And it doesn't have to be a really expensive one. Any cheap, smaller sized one is going to do it, honestly. There's no real alternative to it. There's just other things that somewhat work, but none of those work as good as a color shaper, honestly.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks for following, Leandros. Welcome. Greaseproof paper wet palette, that works. Yeah, so
Nice to meet you.
some of the, even the waxed ones, they still work. And I have a hunch that it's not, that wet palettes don't really need the,
Nice to meet you.
how to say it, the diffusion or the water seeping through the paper. Sometimes they also work because the paint is on top of a layer of water basically, and it's evaporating and it's keeping the paint wet that way, because water is constantly evaporating around the paper and into the paint.
Nice to meet you.
So a wet palette with waxed paper is still better than no wet palette.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, hey guy, Estes. I forgot your nickname. Wow. My brain doesn't work today, I'm sorry. Howdy. How's it going? What was I saying? I forgot. Photos are their own art form. Oh yeah, I have a photography video online. If you haven't watched that last video, it needs a couple more views. Okay, let's catch a new playlist here. How's that? Okay. Have you got any color schemes in mind for these Skellies? I'm going to try to be somewhat close to the box art. Just going to add my own twist. I'm probably going to try to do somewhat close to the box art with the initiate video, and then just try to, because I want to show something in the next video, something interesting. I'm going to probably show how to move on from there and add, you know, your own style to it and your own color schemes, or how to adapt, I guess, a basic color scheme to a more interesting color scheme. That makes sense. So something like that, but I haven't decided yet. Have not decided ultimately yet. Any plans for future YouTube collaborations, like with Vince? I mean, honestly, I'm open to anything. The thing is always, I'm not really in a position. I mean, honestly, Squidmar probably, or at least I'm assuming, you know, that's a thing that will happen eventually. But I think we want to do something more in person. So once COVID is over, we're going to try and think about something. At least that's the way I understood it. So that's the thing that will eventually happen. With the others, I'm not really on talking terms with any of the others. Obviously, Guy from Midwinter Vinnies. Yeah, he's always helpful when I have a question about, you know, making videos. So we do kind of speak, but not really a lot. And therefore, I also only have like 1/4 of all of the bigger YouTubers, like subscribers. So I'm not really in a position where it's like, hey, do you want to do a collaboration? The thing, what I'm trying to say is it would benefit me more than it would benefit them, I guess. So I don't know. So I'm not really in a position to suggest any collaborations, really. But yeah, I'm totally up for it, obviously. Is the marketing for miniatures big in Australia? I have no idea. I don't live in Australia. How often do your feedback support tiers on Patreon free up? Right now, almost never. I also reduced the numbers a tiny bit during the time where I'm teaching, simply because it gets unmanageable. But yeah, I don't know. I have no way to put in a waiting list, because having to manage that would also take away a lot of time. So I can only recommend to now and then check in, like maybe at the beginning of the month is a good thing, or at the end of the month, and check if there's something free. But the reason why it's only on Patreon is simply because that's a manageable amount put in there, and I don't take any above that. And that way I know I'm not spending too much time on it, because I also need to do the videos and stuff like that. I like the style of the new miniatures, but I wish they hadn't changed the scale so much. Yeah, they are kind of tiny, aren't they? They're more on the smaller side. Yeah. I don't fancy looking at the other ones, the heroes. It's kind of scary. Yeah, they're definitely more on the smallish side. This plastic is interesting, by the way. I mean, I guess it's just different colors, like they did back in or sometimes they do like red and blue and green. So here they just went for a brighter gray. But it reminds me of some really bad resin I had in the past from a few companies. I guess it's just a different color. A genuine vision. You videos have given me the confidence to try more painting techniques. Thanks. That's great to hear. Yeah, that's basically, I mean, that's what I want people to take away from the videos, right? Yeah, trying to catch up here. Working on some Necron terrain. Wait, Necron terrain and using fluorescent paints with white undercoat for glow effects, but I'm getting poor coverage. You need to apply a few layers. The coverage is bad with those colors, so you have to. I mean, it's a good and a bad thing. There's no way you can always thin down normal paints to a less opaque consistency, I guess, right? But you can't make less opaque colors any more opaque, so that's a bit of a bad thing. But it allows you to gradually build gradients that way, so that's a good thing. But yeah, you just need a couple more layers. Devo was just wondering why I put my wet palette in the fridge. Oh, okay. Any purchase from the EU? I see. Is this game limited or are they going to print more? No one knows. No one knows. So my educated guess right now is that the game won't be printed anymore, but they're going to redo, or they're going to re-release some of the miniatures as separate kits. So for example, I'm kinda sure that the skeletons from this box are going to replace another skeleton box, and the zombies are going to replace the zombie box, and so on. And hopefully they're going to also release the heroes eventually as separate miniatures, but no one really knows. Cats are laying down, experts. Hey, Konoman Studios. Trying to catch up here. Just wanna gush for a second. You Vince are fantastic. Your work is inspiring. Lovely conversation with Vince. Thank you. Yeah, I love my conversation with Vince too. Mainly because of Vince, not because I'm so good with words, but Vince is always like, you can give him a topic and then he goes on and on and on and on. I always have to cut his answers short. In editing, or while editing. Hey Ugly. Every country has their own difficulties. I visited Sweden and everyone told me the Swedes would be really liberal and friendly, and yet we still got accosted by drunks on the train rambling how immigrants were ruining the country. Yeah. If the seller in the UK doesn't ship, delivered, duties paid, when receiving your parcel you have to pay local VAT, custom fees, transport, paperwork, handling fees. I see. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, the thing is, it says like 5 cents plus shipping on the receipt, because I had store credit built up, so maybe I'm evading that cost. But we'll see. Please don't add dubstep or hyper transitions. I mean, I'm basically playing whatever Epidemic Sound is recommending at this point. Don't want to spend too much time on looking for playlists. They're definitely reprinting this box. Those are certainly the new Skellies. Spooku. I have had problems with the pegs too. Sometimes I have to hard press them together and still have a tiny gap. Yeah, so you kind of want to make sure that you don't have any glue in the holes, because that takes up space and you can't compress liquids no matter how hard you try, so you will still have a gap. So that's why I'm getting rid of the pegs. Okay, let's put that one together. Gap filling, I love standard needle put softened with isopropyl alcohol. Yeah, but you can also do that with water. I mean, is it better with the alcohol, or what makes it better than water? The alcohol? That would be interesting to know. Okay, gotta hold this one for a while. I found ETB are if you slightly shave down peg length. ETB? Are you going to base it before or after priming? Typically I build a base before priming. Yeah, typically I build a base before priming. Not seen Howdy Creative in ages, that's true. Reruns and Howdy suddenly here. Yeah, I felt bad because I forgot his nickname because we just haven't talked in a while. Yeah, but he's been one of my greatest supporters early on in the streams or during the streaming times. Trojo reruns, bring all the boys to the yard. Is it the voice or the hair? Yeah, I got a haircut. Not that I'd noticed, but I don't flood. Oh, about the wet pond. Okay, just enough water to be wet. Yeah. Got a new job. So, which new job did you get, Howdy? You're better painted than a lot of them. YouTube is a community of memeism for the most part. Yeah, exactly. So I kind of try to keep a balance between making the videos I want to make and still making it somewhat worthwhile to be on YouTube. So, trying to make videos that I'm fine with making that would still get some views. Because honestly, YouTube videos are a lot of time, take a lot of time to do, and if there's like nothing coming back and doesn't have to be money that comes back. I'm speaking more about exposure and growing the channel as a whole. That's my main goal, really. And if you don't get any views on a video that took a week to make or even longer, then that's a bit of a bummer. Because it also doesn't grow the channel. So yeah, gotta work on that. Gotta work on that. So it's not really about painting most of the time. Got you taking pictures. Whoa, Jesus Christ. Where did that come from? I just slightly touched it and it was just going upwards. Dodged. Sorry for that. Got you taking pics. Video running in another tab with the sound off. Thank you. Recommend that to any guys happy to boost viewing figures. Thanks a lot. The luscious eyebrows. I see. Can you and Vince paint them in each and rate each other's paint job? Maybe. Okay, next one. Yeah, really looking forward to work with the zombies. I think I might also do a couple of copies of the tombstones. Balrogas, thanks a lot for following. Welcome. By reflex, I tried to fast forward the live stream to see the cleaned up and built models. Damn. Okay. Yeah, so
who is your daddy and what does he do?
Thanks a lot for joining the Patreon, Sasha. Thank you. Enjoy the videos and the PDFs. And don't forget to join the Discord channel. Or server rather. To be able to see all the channels. Don't break. Yeah, they've come a long way with their sculpting, honestly. The way the folds interact with the spear and slightly overhanging and stuff like that. They really didn't have that in their early 3D sculpted miniatures. Okay, we still need to clip that off. It doesn't break. Phew. Yeah, that's so flimsy. Coolie Moon, not kangaroo. Yeah, no kangaroos in Austria. Yeah, we got the cow here. Austria with the cow. Exactly. Can I ask what grade sandpaper? 800 to 1000 grit. Hey Alex. Love the videos. Do you have any tips on how to maximize T? Yeah, so I've heard that sunlight increases testosterone. So maybe going outside is going to increase T. Definitely don't want to be low T. Because it affects your energy levels and all of that. Austria shirt is missing. But got it. I got it on. 75 Kizza is no joke. That's huge. Yeah, it is, right? But I mean, I'm super grateful for that subscriber number. I would never have thought I could get there. But it's also a kind of, I mean, in the end, I guess subscriber numbers don't even matter that much. It's more about the views that you get on a video. So what am I trying to say? If I have like a few more subscribers, maybe double that number, the portion, or you know, people that might watch a video that you release is also doubled, so that's a bit more of a consistent view number, and therefore the algorithm picks the video up better and all of that. So it just kind of makes it easier to grow the channel. Not really complaining or anything, right? I'm just trying to grow the channel. That's my main objective. And yeah, the thing that grows a channel best is subscribers. And a lot of subscribers, or more subscribers, means more views on the videos, and more people see it, and therefore subscribers grow too. So I mean, we're going to get there. It's just kind of slow with the type of videos that I do. You have any tips to maximize painting time? 20 minutes a night, and it's demotivating not getting much progress done at that time. I mean, I go about it, or I go over that in the second to last video, I want to say. It definitely helps to have a dedicated painting table. And yeah, just having something ready to go. So when you sit down, just make sure that everything is ready to go and you don't have to prepare a lot of things, I guess. And you could also, I mean, you could try to paint every second day and have like 40 minutes in a block instead of 20 minutes, because that way you have, how do you say that, like more go time once you sit down and can go. You have more working time in one piece, so that could be one option. But I don't know, otherwise I don't really know how to. I mean, I wish I had a solution for that, how to make more time in the day. That would help a lot, would help me a lot too. I lost my sandpaper. Where is it? I might have sent it flying with the microphone. Bam. I just need some new sandpaper. Well, it went into the stratosphere. Ever tried pro acrylic paints? Yeah, only a couple of them. The white and the black.
Thank you for all the help on painting. Learned a lot from your videos. Have you tried pro acrylic paints? If yes, what do you think about them?
Thank you, AP. Thanks a lot for the support. Much appreciated. Yeah, I only tried the whites, the white and some of the reds. I don't remember the names. There was like 2 reds, unless I'm mistaken there. And yeah, I like them consistency wise. So depending on whether or not all of the other ones are the same consistency, and yeah, like pigmentation and other properties, then I can only recommend the range. The reds were chromatic, yeah, and I enjoyed painting with them. White was good too. I mean, compared to like the Chimera white, it was not too bad. But the Chimera white is my standard go-to white nowadays, so it's kind of hard to beat that, but it was pretty close. Oh yeah, it's interesting how adding coloring modifies the tactile nature of the plastic. It might be just perception, right? But it feels different. It's probably again just because I had these bad examples or bad experiences with other resin types, and that look the same, so I might be conditioned to have like a bad feeling with that color. When red is added, it feels more brittle. Interesting. $167 out of 224 have given a like. Congratulations. You never see ratios that high. Not even with PewDiePie. Oh, I see. But my fans love me. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, thanks to everyone who likes the video. Yeah, so I mean, honestly, that's the best way to support anyone on YouTube is, you know, watch time and watching another video and leaving a like and leaving a comment and all of that. Yeah. I mean, what does YouTube want you to do? It wants you to watch the videos, right? So that's the best support you can give someone on YouTube. And the next thing is interactions, obviously. Earlier you mentioned sub-assembly. What makes you go one way or the other? I mean, this one is... If it depends if I... Wait, let me get rid of this peg and then I'll answer the question. Dodge that one. So... It depends what level and how much time I want to invest into the miniature. So if I painted this one for a competition, I'd definitely try to paint the sub-assembly, even though it's just it makes everything a lot more complicated, right? Because I mean, I guess this is fine since there is... Yeah, there's no mold line, or sorry, no gap visible because it joins the ladder strap with the armor, so that feels natural. But down here you have a gap. So painting this in a sub-assembly means you're going to have to paint this first, everything that's down here first, and then glue it together. Glue it together. Stick. Okay, stop. Right. And then fill this gap and then paint over that. So, I mean, it depends, right? At that point, it becomes really a lot of effort, and you probably don't want to do that for just gaming miniatures. Yeah, so that's the idea behind that. So since those are just going to be, well, not super rushed, but I'm just going to try to show how to paint relatively quickly to an okay standard. I'm not going to do sub-assemblies for these. Would not make sense, but yeah, I mean, you can do a sub-assembly whenever you want to. Kind of gotta decide whether or not you feel like the extra time investment is worth it. Can't wait to watch you paint it. Oh yeah, definitely. So I'm really looking forward to painting these. And yeah, that's the reason. So again, I was kind of annoyed by the situation, but since I really like the miniatures, I really wanted to get the box still. Thought about canceling, but the miniatures are just beautiful. It's, yeah, we shouldn't have no illusions about this. Miniatures by Games Workshop are getting better and better. If you keep going at this speed, you'll have those skeletons assembled in... Hey Vince, how's it going? Yep. I don't know. I just honestly, I just want to answer questions that come up. Not that I'm any faster doing that, because I'm super behind on that too. But I just want to get the bulk of the cleaning done, so that I can have a go at the videos eventually. And I would have just assembled these anyway today, so I thought I can just stream that. And then start recording some videos. And I guess, you know, just being online and answering questions kind of helps the community too.
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
Corey West, thanks a lot for joining the Patreon. Much appreciated. I hope you do enjoy the videos and the PDFs. Yeah, so again, everyone that's subscribed, and if you want to join the Discord server, you can subscribe with, I don't know, Twitch Prime, for example, or join the $2 or is it euro pledge level at YouTube, and you do get access to all the Discord channels, like the feedback channel and stuff like that. So don't forget, if you joined on Patreon or Discord, I'm sorry, or Twitch or YouTube members, join the Discord and join the community. I think we're at 1,400 people on the server right now, and it's a really helpful bunch too. So whenever someone posts, you know, a request for help, it's usually answered within half an hour. So yeah, it's a good place to be. Hey Forgebreaker. What airbrush would you recommend for a beginner? I'm not an airbrush expert. It depends what you want to do. It's not that much, or it's not about beginner or intermediate or whatever. It depends what you want to do with it. If you don't want to do any detail work, if you want to do like base coating or priming and base coating, and that's it, you don't really need an expensive airbrush. If you want to use like a 0.2 nozzle and
what does he do?
spray on transitions, you know, that's something different. Thank you, Jakub. Thanks for joining the Patreon. Thanks for the support. I quickly snip the pegs on a 45-degree. Oh yeah, you can exactly just leave a bit of room for the glue. That's more than enough. I just, you know, when I just clip them off because it's no big deal. Still goes on pretty nicely. Okay, I kind of want to keep that one separate. Yeah, mainly because of this one. And yeah, I guess I'm just gonna ignore this one here and maybe paint this part back here darker so that I have like a separation line. Maybe that's two different types of clothing. But yeah, I want to paint all the parts in here first. So I'm going to leave that one separate. Oh, easy to build. Right. ETB. Oh yeah, so let's do the banner bearer. That's my favorite one. But wait. Okay, so those two go together. Wait, you can't even see it. So those two go together, and then we have the banner bearer. Okay. Gotta be careful with that one. Keep glue out of your hole. Yeah, exactly. Congratulations on 75,000 subs. Thank you, Nikolai. You often mention these videos for views, but I think it's the key to be able to make it full-time. The essential is to balance how much of... Yeah, again, if you want to be like if it's your main goal to be a YouTuber or to make YouTube videos, I mean, I said it before, right? I can't make a living just off of the type of videos I do on YouTube. I need to do the super educational condensed videos on Patreon too. Where there's a market for people, you know, to want to watch that and learn all the super intricate details and all of that. Simply because I don't want to just make videos for the sake of making videos. I want to teach people. But I mean, just think back to school, right? Do you want to go to school, or do you want to go to the cinema and watch a movie and be entertained, or do you want to go to school and learn something? It's just natural that people gravitate more, or a lot more people gravitate to entertainment than to education. It's just natural, right? But it's also a thing that you kind of want to make a type of video, even if it doesn't do too well. But since it takes so much time, I still need something else. But if you just want to make YouTube videos, you really have to adjust the videos to get a maximum of views. And there's many ways towards that. There's not just one way, but entertainment is a good way to do it. Yeah, keeping the topics more basic is a good way to do that too. So, for example, making a video about how to get into the hobby and making gaming videos to cover a large audience. Yeah. Again, yeah, it's fair game, right, to do that if you just want to make YouTube videos. It was a shock to my system to see Travarian go live. that I had to be here. Got him. It's still paramedic work for different fire department. Okay, I see. Better money, better schedule. That's good. So having a bit more of a work-life balance. Maybe it's a cursed mic. Jumping cows. Oh my god, I'm so far behind. I would also help if you to put out reminders before events had finished. I didn't get this notifications. So you'd be online for 90 minutes. Yeah, so I don't understand YouTube, right? But Twitch needs attention too. Yeah, Modular, I'm just behind on all the questions. No matter where they come from. Honestly, I've only just decided to start looking at other platforms outside of Twitch. That will help growth. Yeah, so I mean, it's a hard one, right? Twitch is definitely a different type of chat interaction and all of that. So the two platforms are kind of different. And Twitch obviously has the emotes and all of that. So you reach different people on different platforms. Now caught a stream way better than English class. Thanks for the great content. Thank you, Michael. I tend to put off painting, then end up spending like 8 hours straight painting one day. Yeah, it's for me it's that way too. Those are the best painting sessions, when you just sit down and 8 hours go by and you barely realize. See, I don't know. So there's a mold line here, and I'm not sure how you're supposed to get in there with the Games Workshop mold line remover. I never quite bought into that one and how it works. Yeah, Flixer, you could just try streaming on YouTube. Maybe once or twice and just see how it works, or how much base audience you get. Oh yeah, I think, I mean, I don't know how good it is on Twitch, but there's a word for that. The ability to find new streamers, how would you call that, is not really good on YouTube. There's no directory or stuff like that to browse a topic, like, I don't know, Warhammer on Twitch. I don't really have anything like that. What's the word? Discoverability, I guess. The cat stole my sandpaper. Actually, that could be, but she wasn't on. Oh, wait, I found it. It's here. Well, now I have two. I tried the Pro Acryl paints as well. They're good. Even the metallics are the same consistency. Well, there you go. I switched to those from Scale 75 metallics because they have similar finish but better coverage. Yeah, so that's another thing with the Scale metallics. I really like the lower consistency, the lower coverage for the highlights. So for the last steps of highlighting metallics, the transparency was pretty nice because you can get smoother transitions, and transitions with metallics are usually not really easy to do. So sometimes you also want less transparency, or less opaqueness in that case, more transparency. So yeah, sometimes one property in a paint is good in one case, and in another case it's bad. It's all about the context. What do you use to make sculpts? Super Sculpey Firm. I saw you had picked up some signs of flame a while ago. I have said myself, but have been free to touch them because I want to practice OSL. How did you find painting them? They were not too bad. I'm currently recording, or trying to finish recording the first one for the Patreon videos. I have 2 basic OSL videos on Patreon up for the Science of the Flame. So the one with the Flamberg, I started that one. I want to finish it. The one guy that's just naked, upper body, and just running at you with the arms stretched out. I want to do that one in another color, or maybe more turquoise blue color. But yeah, the last 2 months were just crazy with work, so I'm behind on those. And then I started a blending video too. And I just started too many projects. I should have just focused on one and finishing one. But sometimes you get excited, My tabletop standard, Doomslayer, just watch the... I don't really have that because I don't do commissions, and to me it's a fluid concept because sometimes I would just invest more time into an aspect than into another aspect on a given miniature, and sometimes you'd care a bit more about the skin tones than you care about the clothing and all of that. But I guess the closest thing is watching the Blood Bowl videos. I guess something in between the 2 videos would be my tabletop standard, or maybe even the result of the second video, honestly. So if I did play a game, it would not be an army based game, it would be a skirmish based game, and for those systems you could definitely invest more time. I mean, hold on, I can show you my tabletop standard. I mean, at least from 11 years ago. So that's 2 of the warbands from Confrontation that I finished. That's the drones. Yeah, those are the drones. Kind of a dark Celtic demon warband. And then those are my dirts, or at least one of them. And again, because they were a skirmish system, I had more time to invest into those, because it was only, so I think the drones were 13 or 14 minis, and those were like 10 or 12 ish. So yeah, if I maybe kill team, something that I would be interested in is doing a kill team, and kit bashing a lot of weapon options and all of that. But I would have to read the rules, and I just can't find the time. Maybe again after summer. I'll try to do like a kill team Space Marines or a Space Marine kill team and just kit bash a lot of the options. That would really be fun to have like a small force on the table, and maybe go faster painting techniques for those, or it doesn't even have to be faster painting techniques, but maybe just focus more on edge highlighting and paint them a bit more like the 30 minutes Marine that I did. Tabletop standard. Hey Borak. Hey Ulrich. Just started? No, I think we're 2 hours and 40 minutes in. Any interest in making skeletons slimy? No. So the thing with all of these effects, like water effects and all of that, to me that's not really interesting. I know that it looks cool and interesting, but the way I want to paint this, I want to do mostly everything in acrylic paint, and just do the best that I can with acrylic paint, and not use too many special products on top of that. It's just another example of why I didn't use an airbrush for a long time. It's just about the things not being too fun to me whenever I have to use like technical paints and products that take curing time and me having to be patient and wait and all of that. I don't really enjoy that. If anything, I would probably try to do like earth effects. So yeah, them looking a bit more like they just came out of the earth. See, I'm going to snip that off, because here it's relatively easy. Okay, I said that and then I realized this one is okay, came off pretty nicely. Whoops. Yeah, simply because I don't want to slot them in, I want to do bases for them and then put them on top. Return of the Living Dead. Yeah, I mean, go for it, right? It's the only thing that matters is what you see in the miniature and your creative vision. That's the only thing that counts. Doesn't matter what anything else. Why can I not catch up with chat? What's going on there? If you clip them, you will get better fit from push to fit. Yeah, exactly. So, do you not paint in sub-assembly for models like these? No, like I said before, if I did a competition piece like that, I would do it, but it doesn't make sense if I just want to paint them for the table to do sub-assemblies. It's more about getting the correct or interesting highlights in the areas that are in the front and catch light anyway, and the parts that are in the shadows or behind something else are just going to be darker and in the shadows anyway. So if they don't get any attention, that's fine. Love your video on the Blood Bowl figures. You show using contrast paints to create shades and shadows. Are there better times to use the technique? For example, if you are going for a certain effect. I mean, you can paint anything with the contrast wash approach that I did use for the Blood Bowl videos. Yeah, like I said, with the skin tones, the trick is to just make the contrast wash stay where it's supposed to stay. and not just covering everything like they make you do with, or they want you to do with contrast paint. So yeah, just make sure that you don't have any of the contrast wash staying on the higher up area. So for example, the pelvis bone should not catch too much of the wash, only the inside here, but the upper area, the crest, should not catch too much of the contrast wash. So what you will do is you are going to wipe off excess from here, so it's a more controlled way to use a wash. But you could also do that with washes, but I feel contrast paint mixed with medium or just regular paint mixed with contrast medium are more easily controllable. Again, you can do all of that with a different approach, but I feel like it's, for beginners, it's relatively easy to control that. No one actually pushes to fit. We force the pieces together with plastic cement. Yeah, and that would be a more accurate description. Okay. Oh wait, something's missing. Did I break that? No. There's an arm missing. How's that? Damn. Oh wait, is it this part? Or is it? Jeez. Oh wait. Yeah, it goes on like this, right? Or does it? Holy crap. Yeah, I'll leave this as is. Wait. Banabera should be here somewhere. Oh yeah, okay. That's part of it. Okay, that explains. Do you do PDFs on painting systems bad? Yeah, I have one, but it's not finished. There's a PDF about the sister of... No. She's called like Amalia Novena, I think. Sister Superior, that's what she's called. So I have PDFs on her, but it's not 100% finished. So it's published, but not every single piece is in there. It's on the Patreon. If you want flimsy, has anyone built the unmade Warcry models? No, I haven't. I put together my Locust Heavy Destroyer, which was pushed to fit. I went insane trying to get the little ball joints in the hand to push fit into the gun. Outside of that, though, it's not the worst. Yeah, that one is not really a flimsy model, right? It's a larger one, so you can apply more force, I guess. Or even just handle them regularly. Well, these the more flimsy ones, you kind of have to be careful. I mean, I just look at this one and I feel like I will break that off eventually, no doubt. I absolutely learned more from the teachers I liked. I mean, I guess it puts you in a different mindset, because you listen to them. You don't like the teachers, or if you don't like a teacher, you're not going to listen to him. But I don't know. Can't be a pedagogical approach to make someone like you, because sometimes people just don't like you. So you have to focus on other things, like being fair and being transparent. You can't magically make someone like you. But of course it helps if a class likes you, then it's an easy class to work with, because then typically they listen to you, and they also, I don't want to say try to impress you, but they enjoy interacting with you. So they will answer your questions and really think about the questions you give them. So those are definitely fun classes. If a class does not like you and you might not have done anything, then those are different classes, or difficult classes to teach. But in my opinion, or in my experience, I get told a lot from students that I had in the past that they learned a lot more from me, even though they might not have liked me, because I had a more strict approach to teaching, than from teachers that were, you know, all buddy with them, but they didn't really teach them anything. It was more about whether or not the class liked them. That was the focus, from my experience. Classes don't really learn a lot with teachers that have the focus of, yeah, you know, making the class like you. Why is everybody excited for Cursed City? Because, I mean, the game is not bad for a Games Workshop game, as far as I know. And that's what I was told. And also the miniatures are really nice. Yeah, and that's a good deal. That's true too. So many miniatures. Built on the back of Blackstone Fortress, yeah. I spent about 10 hours painting my Leviathan Dreadnought and he still doesn't look good. Yeah, I mean, I spent hundreds of hours or 100 hours on certain models and they did not look good to me either. So it's all a question of perception and expectation. But it felt like 2 hours, yeah, at least you had fun. How long do you keep working on a single mini without liking how it's coming out before you strip? I don't strip, I don't ever strip, I just repaint. The ability to find a new streamer is called magic. Yeah, exactly. Does YouTube have any rules against promoting people or products on Twitch? I don't know. What exactly do you mean? What, whoa, sent the microphone flying again. What is Twitch? What does Twitch have a problem with, product-wise? In the future, you might look at it with different eyes. Yeah, so just taking a step back while painting something you don't really like, or a result you don't like. Taking a step back is definitely an approach to try out. Just, you know, leave it and come back later and look at it with fresh eyes. Okay, so that's nice. That's a really nice model, the Banner Bear. It's my favorite of the bunch. Yeah, Really looking forward to painting this one. Okay. Which one's next? So this one here, I think. Hey Asmo, love the channel, learned a lot. Thank you. Glad you did learn something.
How did you find me?
I didn't know you streamed much. I don't stream much. I barely stream these days. But again, I'll try to make it more regularly again in the future. Just it'll take like 2-3 months still. And then we're trying to get at least like once a month, or I'm sorry, once a week, or every second week. Explained a couple of times why I can't stream more, so I don't want to repeat it. It's getting boring. Not for me, but for people to listen to. Is Super Sculpey a pain to dry? No, you just put it into the oven at 110 degrees Celsius and have it, you know, go for like 40 minutes. And it's good. Oops. Yeah, I got one of these for those that watched the photography video. I got one of these LED lamps that I showed in the video, but I didn't have it yet when I was recording that video. And so far I'm not super hyped about it. You know, I have an additional light turned on, so that's just that longer LED light. So I mean, I guess for painting it's okay, but for streaming it's not enough light. I'll have to try to paint with it, but it just arrived yesterday and I put it up today, shortly before the stream. Hi, what number is the sandpaper? 800 to 1000 grit. That tabletop standard is great, skin looks great, and the multi-tonal belt. I have trouble using chromatic shadow. Thank you. I want to paint the Sisters Army to a standard where I get picked for best in show. I don't need to win, but I want to have a nice looking army. Well, best in show is like winning it. That's favorite effects, but wet can be done with gloss varnish. Tell me I'm not cheating by using varnish. No, you're fine. Hey Danny Player One, thank you for streaming and YouTube videos. You're welcome. Which is my favorite model from the box? I would say probably the vampire, the bat monster. Probably my favorite. I kind of like creatures, because they're more organic and you can do a lot of things with, for example, the skin between the extremities, and also, you know, this part up here. It's, yeah, looks really interesting, and there's a lot of color transitions that you can do here. Yeah, I think that's my favorite. And the skeleton banner bearer is also nice. 1 hour later. Hey Coffeeology, just found your channel for Midwinter Minis. See, that's the proof to what I said earlier, where I don't think I would be at 75,000 subs if I didn't make that, if Guy didn't invite me to make that video with him. That video got 500,000 views though, I think, so that's pretty nice. Kind of glad that people, you know, enjoyed it. Don't minis have an assembly manual? Yeah, they do, but I mean, real men don't need assembly manuals, right? Are you up for any color scheme that would open a lot of options? Wait, is that towards me? No, that's not towards me. I bought the Kolinsky brush from your referral. Thanks for the support, Jay. Thank you. Helps a lot. Yeah, honestly, all of the referral links, like I said before, the Element Games link and being able to pick up, you know, some miniatures for free through that, that I want to paint for the channel, that really helps a lot. So thanks, guys. Also, someone bought a camera the other day from one of my referral links. That's yeah, that's super generous to use my referral link for. Thank you. One of my issues is I get paralyzed with the amount of choices. Yeah, that's true. The less choices you have, and I guess that's why a lot of people go for the box arts. Elokar, thanks a lot for subscribing on Twitch. Thank you, thank you. Don't forget that you can access the Discord channels or server, or all channels on the Discord server, if you link your Twitch and Discord.
Hey, I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
Skippity One Dog, thanks a lot for subscribing.
How did you find me?
How did you find me? I like the strict teachers more because you got what you saw. Buddy teachers often screwed you over. Yeah, I guess. I felt really bad when I was leaving my teacher job and I heard there were students who wanted to transfer to the group which had lessons with me. Wait, so why did you leave the job? Were you not happy with it? I mean, I guess ultimately, if you don't like it, a few students being, you know, more open to what you teach, I mean, I guess it depends. He loved Lovegasm. I bought your Rogue Robot bust last month, looking forward to painting it later this year after leveling up my painting a bit. Thanks for all the great videos, take care. Thank you, Julius. Thanks a lot. Yeah, I want to release a couple more sculpts, but again, it's a time issue thing. But I have a couple of ideas lined up. A couple more robots. So hopefully that's going to be fun to do. So maybe I can do like a video about the production process. One thing that is a bit tricky is unless you do pop culture stuff. But might as well try it. Hey, collective. I like the results of your yeah. Did you paint everything with contrast paints or every single miniature with contrast paints? But I like the result of most of the things you did with the box. Hey, Jake. is it pronounced Shake Maita? How's it going? I wanted to try to paint the black armor, I think, but I'm not set on it. Yeah, so the thing with painting black armor is you don't start off with a black. You typically decide for a color, so maybe black or blue or turquoise or green or something like that, and then you shade that down heavily with black, so that you still keep the color in there. So you gotta think about that, or yeah, it usually gives a more vivid black. Hey Ian Womb. So many Cursed City content these days in the box, nowhere to be found. Well, teased. Yeah, it kind of sucks because, I mean, if that box were more readily available, you would also get a lot more views. And I thought about, you know, kind of not doing the videos, but the thing is, I just like the models so much, and I kind of gotta paint what I like to paint, right? But yeah, it really sucks that, or the way they handle it at least, and whether or not, I'm not saying whether or not they're going to release any of the models in the future, that also they didn't handle that well. In my area, getting picked for best in show, you're one of maybe 6 people, and the winner gets voted from these 6. Okay, I see. Yeah, I mean, just improve, you know, just try to learn more skills and try to also make your schemes more interesting, and I guess you kind of have to take into consideration how the whole army looks together. I mean, there's no singular thing that anyone can tell you to win a best in show award in a competition or in a tournament. It's a couple of things, and then on top of that, it depends on what the individual people are going to like. It's always a subjective thing with miniature painting. Hey Mr. B, regards from Panama. Wow. I always wanted to go to Panama, I don't know why. Just seeing the canal and the way that it's described in movies is probably super inaccurate, but yeah, that's the reason, I guess. Looks like slaughter bases are back. Yeah, I'm not a fan of it, but I guess since the legs are so flimsy, they brought them back. And then I guess on top of that, the whole thing being a game makes sense. Sorry. It makes sense that they are using slot bases. And on top of that, it's easy to assemble stuff, so it makes sense that you could also just press the slots into the bases. No, that's not the right word, but you get what I mean. Any inspiration from the cyberpunk girl you painted? I'm not sure what you mean, Roxer. Hey Studio J. Any inspiration from the cyberpunk you painted? Or from where did you get inspiration from? I'm sorry, I really don't understand. They paid me well, but it's a bit like wasting time career-wise. Okay, so where did you teach them? It's like, I mean, yeah, once you're a teacher, you're kinda always a teacher. You can be a headmaster eventually, but no other career options usually. I just started to paint my first miniature like 2 days ago. It's an Eindhoven That sounds like a city in the Netherlands. From a D&D board game, I'm proud of the result. It sucks. Well, as long as you're proud and as long as you had fun. Glad to catch a stream. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm doing not so well, but it's okay. Can't complain all day. It will be better in like 2 or 3 months. Less work. More time for videos. I also just bought a brush with the affiliate link. All my Cursed City molds are built and primed. Yeah, I only got my box yesterday after school, and I was too tired to start. So yeah, I just want to make sure I get rid of most of the mold lines. And yeah, thanks a lot for buying with the affiliate link. It helps a lot. Supports the channel a lot. Thank you. I feel like they need to see your meme video about how to be a golden demon winner. Wait, that's not a meme video. Meant to be serious. You gotta paint what you like to paint. I'm right now in the process of painting my second Infinity Army. But the third one sitting in a pile of shame. Yeah, Infinity are nice models too. I always refer to them as kind of being science fiction models in a historical style, if that makes sense. So almost like historic minis. I like that a lot. It's not really comic style, it's more a realistic style. That's true. I still have a lot of paint to... Oh wait.
The most important thing is money.
Thanks a lot, Mr. B. Thank you for the $5. Much appreciated. Helps a lot. Could you maybe add a link for the magnifying glasses you have at a coming video? If you check out any of the last videos, there should be a link in the description. It's not the exact same thing. The reason being, I got these from a local store. And they're the most basic you can get. So yeah, I kind of always recommend, I mean, I appreciate the thoughts of trying to support through buying, you know, through an affiliate link. But if you can get them like locally at a, what's it called, like electronics store. Yeah, that's probably the best option you can get, honestly. And I don't want to say, yeah, just buy them through my affiliate link, even if they're not exactly the same thing. So if you just want to get the basic stuff, better get it like offline in a local electronics store. But again, I appreciate the notion. So I have links to some of these alternatives, but sometimes they have like visors, and those are not for everyone. I mean, unless you really like it, then you can definitely get one of those. But if you just want the goggles version, then just go for trying to find them locally. It's probably cheaper too. Haven't seen Travarian in a long time, so when I saw him I go, oh okay. Oh wow, caught up with the chat. Complain, it's your national responsibility. Yeah. Oh wait, Mr. B said something. Video game controller poses triumphantly in between the words critical hit. I don't get that. You have to explain that. People like you help people like me to not suck at painting. Thank you. I see. Right, so wait. I'm confused. That's not right. There's 2 slots. Jesus, what did I do? I messed up. I messed up. Okay, so that one and can find the other one. Okay, well, let's do that one in any case. And I'm sure we're going to find the other one eventually. I feel bad for not being too afford to support you in a financial way right now. All I wanted to say is thank you for the education and inspirational videos. Well, again, the best way to you know, help is, yeah, just watching the videos, and if you watch them again, you know, click on another video. Yeah, just watch time and interaction and all of that just goes a really long way. And yeah, through that, yeah, there's going to be more views on the videos, and that's going to make things a lot easier, and it's also going to increase ad revenue and so on. So that supports a lot. So don't worry about it. Thank you for you know, the thought. And in the end, yeah, any content we create that gets watched is a lot of support. You're such an inspiration. Thank you, Murky. Yeah, today we were just, you know, chilling, assembling miniatures, but the next videos should be more educational again. Yeah, I thought about, you know, one thing that also, how to say that? It's kind of difficult to try and paint on stream and try to be educational on stream. So I thought if I had like a format where I'm online for maybe 2-3 hours, and maybe answer questions or anything like that. That would be good to get more streams in, and I guess help more people by answering the questions. But then again, I was kinda aware or self-conscious or whatever you want to call it, that maybe that would not be interesting to people. So, you know, I have no idea how everyone else sees that. You know, keep the painting mostly to the videos, and then do something more relaxed, like assembling miniatures and stuff like that, and then just trying to answer questions and have the focus be more on that, or any other format. I don't know, like, I mean, Vince does his monthly review where people can submit miniatures. I don't want to straight up copy that. But something similar like that. Ever considered moving to oil paint? No, not a single, not a single minute. It's not. I like how acrylics behave. So having to wait for them to dry and all of that, it's not really something I want to do. And then of course the effects that you can create with them are nice too, but again, I said it earlier, I just want to have fun with the acrylics paint and try what I can do with them. I'm not so much focused on being or getting the super nicest product for the best effect here. I'm fine with just trying to do the best I can with acrylics. That's the most fun to me. Anything else feels like using technical paints and how would you say it? Like not having fun, but working towards the best result and the best looking result. But I appreciate that people like oils, and yeah, if the application step and all of that, if you like that or enjoy that, then it's fine to use them. They have good applications, interesting applications, but they're not for me. Maybe make some terrain. Yeah, we could do like just, you know, more relaxed things. Because then it's also easier to answer questions, and that way I can also stream longer. So I'm late to the stream. Work. How do you get the work perfect wet pellets? You know, there's no such thing in my opinion as a perfect wet pellet. As long as it works, you're good. So any shallow container and any sponge, like very thin kitchen sponges work. And then on top of that, any, you know, the thing is, what's perfect for me might not be perfect for you, so you have to try a couple of things. But you can definitely start with a budget one, just a shallow container, kitchen sponges, and some non-waxed baking paper on top, and you're good to go. And then manage your expectations. Don't expect the paint to stay fresh for a week. And yeah, because sometimes people come to me and say, oh, my wet palette doesn't work, and then I speak to them and try to find out what's happening, and then they're saying like, my paint isn't good anymore after a week, and I'm like, yeah, you know, it's not really meant to keep it fresh that long. Okay, so this one goes in here, but are we missing? No, not missing an arm. Oh yeah, we are missing an arm. Oh, but I know where that one is. There's the sword here. Yeah. Hold on. Couldn't really get to that one otherwise. Whoops. Oh, there's one more. After a week it can be moldy already, yeah, true. Oh yeah, also just washing the sponge regularly gets rid of mold. Or prevents mold even. Hey Bust Aldrin. Nice one. Will you be doing any tutorials for the Cursed City models for your Patreon page? Yeah, so I'm probably gonna do... I haven't decided yet. I definitely will do some Patreon content for them. Maybe do a supercut for the videos that are going to be on YouTube, and then I definitely will paint 1 or 2 models for the Patreon too. Definitely. I haven't decided yet. I only just got the box. Hey Gomezara, how's it going? How about Animal? Everyone misses cloth umbrella. Clotted up Rebel paint pots. Yeah, exactly. Every once in a while you tilt your head just so and look like Strider. Wait, who's Strider? I feel like I know that name, but I can't place it. You're welcome, Jesse K. Glad you got a copy of that game. What's your take on the sparse release? Greetings from Linz. Yeah, so I don't know what. So, I mean, they're probably not going to feel it because let's face it, we're all addicted to the plastic crack. But I feel like that release just damaged their reputation. And no one knows what's going on, and they could just release a statement about what's going on and would probably have, you know, saved so much face with it. But I don't know, it's just weird, and no one knows what happened and why all of a sudden it went from, yeah, it's going to be a staple in our line, to it's not going to come back. It's just weird, and they handle it really poorly. And honestly, I hope they're going to re-release it, and if they don't do that, I hope they're going to bring back the models in one way or the other. Oh, Strider. Okay, I got it. Got it. Strider from Lord of the Rings.
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
Thank you, Bust Aldrin. Thanks a lot for joining the Patreon. Enjoy the videos and the PDFs, and again, don't forget to join the Discord server and link up your account so you can see all channels. Yeah, I'll take tomorrow and Friday to hopefully finish the Patreon videos for this month. Like I said, it wasn't the greatest month in the world for me. Mainly because of the diagnosis for my cat that luckily didn't come true. So there's this Chinese medicine that you can get to cure that FIP virus that they thought she had. And I looked into that, and that's so expensive. I'm kind of glad I dodged that bullet. Do you watch on chance to improve your work? I mean, I don't want to be disrespectful, right? But most other channels are not really focused. They're more like education, entertainment, and nothing. They cannot really teach me anything I don't know. I mean, I watch them for the entertainment value, right? But I'm not necessarily learning anything new. There's a couple of smaller channels or people that are trying to make it on YouTube, I guess, or I don't know how. I don't want to sound disrespectful. It's annoying to answer that question, honestly. But someone that is really educational still is Angel Giraldo. He's less focused on entertainment and has mainly tutorials.
How did you find me?
I mean, Marco Frisoni is also very educational. He does a lot more with oils and stuff like that, so the things I don't really enjoy, so it's a good complementary channel, I guess, to mine. But yeah, that's more from a meta analysis view. I try to learn more from, you know, traditional art these days and illustrators and stuff like that. I don't think there's that much more left to learn for me in the miniature universe. So now I'm trying to get plastic in the beard. Yeah, I'm trying to get influences or inspiration from other mediums into the miniature hobby, or my miniature painting, I guess. Favorite video games? Yeah, I just like the Diablo series. Maybe not the way it is in the current form, like Diablo 3 I'm not that much a fan of, but the initial game, and of course Diablo 2. And any ARPG really, Path of Exile, but I don't really have time to play them. And then I like stuff, like really weird stuff, like City Skylines, where you can build like beautiful cities and install like 17 mods to make everything more beautiful. So yeah, stuff like that, like city planners and ARPGs are my there's worse things than being compared to Viggo Mortensen. Yeah, I guess so. Toward the endgame one. Yeah, because he's oh, the fat one. Okay, got it. We used to run a cat rescue, but had to close it when we moved. Oh, that's sad to hear. More other chance treated more as a hobby as opposed to a skill they want to master. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, probably. I mean, it's still, the way I do it is still a hobby, right? But it's just, I mean, I get that it's maybe not as approachable. But the thing is, you can, so people always think it's exclusive, painting fast and good is an exclusive skill, but it really is not. So once you learn how to really paint or understand topics or themes behind why people do something, once you understood why that is done, you can do that quickly too, and you don't really need to invest a lot of time. You just kind of gotta realize why it's done and that it can be done quickly too. But if you never know that idea behind it, you also don't implement it. Do you have an OnlyFans? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Okay, we got it covered. My OnlyFans is called patreon.com/Travarian. Cursed City on the table. Yes, indeed. Finally. It only took 23 days to arrive. Hey from Colombia. Hey Loco Dark. How's it going? What do you think of the few channels that are trying on oil and acrylic finish? Yeah, nice. Like I said, it's not for me. I don't like the way that oils handle, and to me they feel more like technical paints, and I just prefer acrylics. But anything is good, right? You want to soak up as much info as you can from everyone, and just decide whether or not you want to implement it into your channel, into your painting. We all have our own style. That's cool. Yeah, exactly. You don't have to be sorry for the question. It's fine, right? It's just sometimes you answer a question and you have good intentions, and then people mix it up and get wrong ideas because they don't listen to what you're saying. They just want to hear certain things like drama and stuff. Yes, Marco is great, very creative channel. He always comes with new techniques. Yes, exactly. Something mentioned in 3 hours talk about slow TV. Yeah, I mean, again, it was not about speed assembling the miniatures, it was about having something to do while talking to people and answering questions. Doing some lesson planning and watching best painting teacher out there. Thank you, Ryan, thank you. What's the longest time you ever spent on a single miniature? I couldn't tell you. A couple of 100 hours probably. So the in the Golden Demon video, the warband or the squad or whatever you want to call it, the 5 beastmen, every single one of those is re-sculpted, massively re-sculpted, and the painting also took a lot of time because everything's a glaze and the skin is super smooth. And yeah, that was probably the entry or the project that took the longest time. Well, that's not a single miniature, but you get the idea. When's the next bathtub stream? Hey Brooks. Yeah, Twitch meta is hot tub streams today, or these days. Should I care more about assembling a miniature or painting it? No, you want to, I mean, it depends what your goal is. You want to, in my opinion at least, put some care into assembling and, you know, get rid of certain gaps, because again, those are going to create artificial shadows and they're going to be visible. Mold lines are super visible. Mold lines and gaps. So if you painted that and you did a wash, this would be black. And the attention is going to be brought to that, or your eye is going to wander towards that. So you want to again, put a certain amount of care into assembly. Unless, you know, you really don't care about it. It depends if you want to go to a competition or put it up as a showcase. But yeah, again, if you don't do it, you have to be aware that it's going to be visible and going to draw a lot of attention. But it's also up to you. If you don't care about that and just want to assemble quickly, that's fine. Jeez, I really need to do something with the camera. I don't know what. Shaking is annoying. Okay, I think I'm going to wrap it up. I have to get going, get some stuff done. So thanks a lot for hanging out. We were up to, you know, more than 300 viewers on both platforms, so that's I'm happy about that. Thanks for turning up and chatting, and thanks for all the donations and subs, and joining the Patreon and everything. Yeah, so again, don't forget, if you did any of that, don't forget to join the Discord. You most likely have access. Yeah, really helpful community there, great people there. You might just fit straight in. Thanks guys. Bye Chemtrailer, bye Zombie Smile, bye The Voice, bye Danny's, wait, Siltoid? Siltoid, okay. Bye guys, bye bye bye. See you next time. And yeah, if you haven't, follow or, you know, subscribe to the YouTube to get notified when I upload the videos, because I can't do it regularly, and that way hopefully you're going to get at least notified. Thanks again, bye bye.